And we are so lucky to be joined by Boye Ekholm, who is the president and CEO of Ericsson, as you are hearing, because he has his finger firmly on the pulse. He has that window to the future. So just tell us, Boye, where do we go from here when it comes to mobile connectivity? Where are we going to be in 5 to 10 years' time?
You know, it's an astonishing development so far, right? Yeah. Think about it, 8.5 billion subscriptions globally.
Wow.
I mean, it's, as you say, more connected people than actually have toothbrush. That can call their grandchildren, that can interact with their payment systems or what have you. It's a spectacular development. But I think we're actually only at the beginning. We're moving into the next era of connectivity. So now you saw the consumer digitalize on 4G. You know, how many actually have a photo album at home? You only have a photo album if you just had a baby, you're getting married, or something like that. The reality is the consumer is today already digitalized. But enterprises are a completely new ball game. So the consumer can digitalize on a best effort network, call it the 4G network. That's not good enough for enterprises. Enterprise and society needs high performance connectivity.
Okay, so by high performance, I guess you mean 5G. So what's the big deal about 5G, Boye?
5G is a big deal. 5G is a completely new generation. We're actually now getting 10x the performance of a 4G network. And it will have near ubiquitous coverage. So what does that give? It's not about the technology, actually. Technology is interesting. I get excited about that, right? But the reality is what it enables. So think about what can we do now going forward? Well, we can have precise indoor positioning in a 3D world. That means you know where in a building, for example, a device would be exactly. Also, not depth and width, but height as well. So that's very useful in manufacturing processes to know where everything will be. We can operate drones beyond line of sight, so we can use that for inspection or for delivering products. Or for that matter, my favorite, we connect all ambulances. So when you have trauma patients, they can already be treated on the way to the hospital. And that's a radical change of how the system will work. So I think 5G will for sure digitalize a lot in the world. But we're already now hearing, but we can't monetize 5G. That's not a surprise. You know, the 5G networks are literally not built out yet. If you look globally, about 30% of all sites are upgraded to 5G, which means that it's actually not coverage. Mm-hmm. And what does that mean? It's a bit like asking a bridge operator, you know, how do you feel about the business right now? And he will say, I can't monetize my bridge, but he hasn't really finished the bridge. He still have a 50-meter gap. And of course, if you have that gap, you're not going to be able to monetize. So I think the first thing that needs to happen now is that we build out the network. The Kingdom is actually an early runner on 5G. Here, we're starting to get 5G mid-band coverage, but that's needed globally. The second thing we need to have happening is that I call them the developers. That's the entrepreneurs that develop applications, leveraging the network resources. We need them to get access to the capabilities of the network. That's what we call network APIs. Then you can call up speed, low latency, you call up location, you can use it for authentication, you can use many different features that's available in the network. And why is that interesting? Yeah, if we can put the capabilities of the network at the fingertips of developers, they will start to develop applications I cannot dream of. But they are going to figure them out. And there is one more thing that's worth to remember with that. It actually democratizes innovation. You can innovate anywhere on the planet. and sell your applications globally. So you don't need to be in Silicon Valley to develop the next generation application. I would kind of challenge Saudi to say, maybe you can be here, maybe we build an entrepreneurial ecosystem here that builds applications on top of the network. So those two things are needed. Networks built out, pretty obvious, but we need also to get access to the capabilities of the network for developers.
Wow, I think that's just absolutely incredible. I don't know about you. Hey, look,